Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Empire Omega and Empire of Japan. So today I have a bit more time, so I'm hoping to make at least 3, maybe even 4 episodes, and I do have a certain plan for today's session. Now, I spoke at length before about the fact that my first goal was to invade as much territory of China as possible. Then we tried to eliminate as many enemies as possible, which, we're doing a pretty good job at it comparably, considering they have 25 times more losses or even more than we do. It's going well. But today we're gonna make a bit of a different step. First of all, we failed at the encirclement of the pocket here, so we're pushing the enemy out to free some of our units. Once that is done, we are going to launch a number of attacks across the entirety of the line and start pushing further. The reason why we're doing that is because I noticed, and it was actually kind of interesting, I also posted in the comments today, that we can set up reorganized nationalist China. Now, you need a lot of territory for it to happen, but we made that actual reality, and thus we can set up a puppet state that we will continue enhancing as we will advance. So let's try to give it as much territory as possible, and let's try to give ourselves as much territory as possible, because once we set it up, I am going to reform the way our armies are positioned, and we're going to start an advance in the south. I also talked a couple of times that we need to free up the Marines because I do want to make a new landing down here in Minho and set up another front to lure away some of our enemies. We're also going to focus a bit on the pain points of our production right now because we don't have enough trucks here. And I forgot to switch the mortar to the new production line. We currently have the trucks being produced at a rate of almost 1 per day, but still, it's gonna take at least 5-6 years to get them done. So we'll have to address that somehow. We'll also look at getting more units. Wow, our special units didn't have the mortars. Okay, let's give them that. I didn't know about that. And I'd like to, as far as a Navy goes, get the Shinano carriers out and in production, and the Yamato as well. We do have the experience. We're going to start with the Shinanos, and once that is set up, we're going to go for Yamatos. 2 of the Yamatos would be nice. 4 of the Shinanos would be great in the end, but we're going to start with 2 and see what our Navy will be like. We also need to look a bit closer on the Navy. I have it's working, so I'm trying not to break it, but we need to do some more steps into making them worth our while. We're looking at some of the submarines, maybe getting some more ships up and about and making sure that they are good to go. We have a lot of these destroyers that need to start drilling, so let me do that. We do have 2 of the Tone-class cruisers here also. We rule the seas, so there's absolutely no reason for us to not drill our units when we can here. Okay, the Zuyos here can also go and drill for now. It's gonna consume a lot of our fuel, but it will be fine because the enemies are actually pretty darn done. And we'll take the reserve fleet out of the port and have them drill as well. And once that is done, we'll also look at what we can do with that. We got a couple of these torpedo boats, some of these escort ships. I need to find a way how to fit them into our setup. Okay, so the fight in the north is going well. We are actually fighting here. Okay, I think you guys can join in on that, and you guys can join in on that. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to search for additional places where we can launch our attacks. I think definitely we're gonna push in this area. That is a given. And we can push into this area. There's also the possibility to gain these free hill provinces. And I'd probably like to push here as well. Sounds about right. So you guys and you guys can definitely have a border over here, and we're about an attack over here. So can you? We're not part of the same army. We could put you guys. Oh, you're from a different command structure. Okay, and the Marines. And you, I think, can strike over here. I actually don't know how many, or if it is even possible to have more than one battle plan for one army. But we'll see, they should at least get the planning bonus. Yep. And you attack over here. This area is fairly okay. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. As far as the logistics go, we already addressed that. We have a growing stability, but I think that we need to take it one step further. Yeah, we don't have the schools, and these ones are running out very soon. So is there anything else? Okay, we fight United can be taken, which is going to increase our political power gain. We get weaker war support and weaker stability. Now we are currently getting 1.2% every week. We're getting 0.8 from you and +1 from you. So that's 1.8, and we're getting... Okay, so what happens is that when we get we fight United, we are only going to be leveling our stability. It's not going to go up or down, but that is still fine. And our war support is going to increase by 0.8 per week. That's fine. That is actually really fine. Oh, unite people under your government is available. Weaker stability +2, weaker war support +2. Don't mind if I do. That is really what we want. Okay, so now let's unpause and see how the fights are going. This one is going probably really well. So are you guys getting the planning bonus? You are. Okay, it's gonna make it much easier for us. That is going to make it much easier for us. Now let's look at our... Okay, we're missing a bit of heavy artillery, but we're producing pretty good amounts, so 61 days for that. Oh yeah, the cavalry equipment. Are we producing that even? I think we are, aren't we? Yeah. 6 per day, so that shouldn't really take that much time, 62 days. We have a ton of tankets. What I might just do is take the Hohei Shidan here and just create a separate one that's gonna have the tankets. We don't have enough to give it to everyone, but it could even help with, and even helps with organization. Could we even give it the headquarter detachment? We could. Okay, how much motorized or light trucks do we have? 620. Okay. So we could make it like a transition here. Duplicate this one. We'll give it this symbol to signalize that it has a bit of a motorized element, and I'm thinking whether or not we want to give it the combat engineers as well. Require what? Infantry equipment, field uniforms, support equipment. How much support equipment do we have? 1,000. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the heavy one has it, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's not something. It's not something unthinkable. So headquarter detachment, command engineers, tank and recon. Okay, that's gonna slightly lower the organization, but we gain a significant boost of nearly 5 to soft attack, 1.76 to hard attack, defense 4.77, breakthrough increased by nearly 7, armor by 5, piercing by 4.52, initiative goes up. And what I wanted to show is also that we get a bonus in hills, forest, jungles, and marsh. Okay, so I'm gonna call this 1938 Hohei Shidan. Well, M, I guess, to show that it's motorized, but it's, not motorized really. It's just, it has just a bit of an element. This is a bit, I just want to see that they are different at a first glance. Wait, did I duplicate it or did I not? Okay, I might have not. So 1948 Ohishinan M. Let's just be extra sure, so we don't do any screwed up. This shouldn't do anything. Yep, that's fine. So combat engineers, motorized, and tank at recon. Save it. And we need to change the icon. And I'll put it right here. So we have like 3 steps. They're gonna move to Hohei Shiran M, and then some of them to Yu Hohei. And this is a completely different unit. Our commander is 24. I'm thinking that we could actually train an entire new amphibious unit, though I think we won't be able to fill it with. Yeah, we're missing infantry equipment. That's not exactly what I was expecting, but okay, that also tells an interesting story about our current situation. Okay, we'll start upgrading our units after the battle has happened. So who is attacking here? You are. Which is not exactly how it should be. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a different story here. So this is closing. Okay. Stability increasing by 3.2 per week. That's actually really good. It's something that we needed a lot. Okay, we're working on the last anti-partisan upgrade. Sorry, I'm just thinking about 10 things here at once. And once we're going to be done with that one, we are going to hopefully be able to switch to something like counterintelligence, because that only costs 5 IQs as well. And eventually we should get another spy available, because we got only one at this point. It's really not that great. Okay, the tanks pulled out of the combat again, I guess due to lack of fuel. We got a huge potential here to gain extra combat with, but our units are really okay. Now they're starting to fill in. Get in there, guys. You get. all the space you need and you're just not doing anything. We need radios, man. It's just bad. Okay, but thank God it's getting better. At the moment we're gonna finish this, we launch the other attacks. Nobel Prize is 1938. Italy rages as Fermi receives Nobel Prize. When the 1938 Nobel Prizes were awarded at the Stockholm Concert Hall, 10th of December 1938, only 2 Nobel laureates were present. Perl Buck, Literature Laureate, and Enrico Fermi, Physics Laureate. Swedish King Gustav V presented the laureates with their Nobel diplomas and medals. The Nobel Peace Prize 1948 was awarded to Office International Nansen pour les Réfugiés, Nansen International Office for Refugees. The Nobel Prize in Physics 1948 was awarded to Enrico Fermi for his demonstration of the existence of new radioactive elements produced by neutron irradiation and for his related discovery of nuclear reactions brought about by slow neutrons. After receiving the prize in Stockholm, Fermi opted to not return to Italy. Whispers are this happened due to the new racial laws in Italy that threatened his Jewish wife, and instead continued to New York City. Apparently he applied for permanent residency there, making Italian officials fume with rage, calling Fermi a traitor. The Nobel Prize in Literature 1938 was awarded to Perl Buck for her rich and true epic description of peasant life in China and for her biographical masterpieces. The committee withheld both the prizes for chemistry as well as physiology or medicine, stating none of the year's nomination met the criteria outlined in the will of Alfred Nobel. Cool. Okay, so you're going there and we're freeing up a ton of our units here at this point. So we need to figure out where we're gonna put them, and you can get... Oh, nice! Infantry Expert. Infantry attack and defense plus 5%. That's actually a really good one. Okay, will they make it or not? 3 days... Nope, they won't. Yeah, look at that. So, cool. First things first. Now the repositioning of our units. This is entirely fine. This is entirely fine. Shaanxi is still there though. So where is the supply the best? And where would the... Okay, you are literally just here. The second general army is over here and the third general army down here. So we need to stretch the second army down here so we can free up the marines. So you are gonna go and reinforce over here. You will reinforce over here, and where does the second army start? Over here. So okay, you are gonna go over here. And one of you is gonna go over here. And so will you guys, so that we free up the tanks. So that frees up the marines and the tanks. And you will also need to move down there to... Yeah, okay, we'll launch the attack. This will free up the tanks for us so that they can move south to fight over here, and the marines will be freed up by reinforcements from the first and second general army. So at this point, what we can do here is we can have these guys and these guys attack here. Oh, they're actually retreating. Okay, well then you attack G. I don't mind that. You guys can attack here. You will support that attack. And the marines attack here, and you're gonna move there. And we of course want to launch an attack over here as well, which will make it possible for us to do what we want. Okay, in the meantime, we'll have our units move, and you guys need a general. Reckless, submarine age, defense 4.5. Yeah, let's put you there. Not entirely sure. Guerrilla fighter, division attrition. That's what we need to get rid of. Okay, so we're attacking almost all across the border at this point, and repelling the enemies where we're not. Doing a really good job fighting here. Actually, you can support this attack so that we get a more of a combat width. These guys are screwed. This fight over here is going extremely well. The Marines are making solid progress over here. This is an extremely exposed area, yet our Marines are holding it without any problems. So that tells me they're probably not planning an attack over there. Okay, considering this hills area can very much be used as a border province instead of this one, we're gonna advance and push into it as well. And the same can be said over here. Yeah, the tanks will make short work of them. There's absolutely no way they can stop us here. So I'm thinking if we can also attack over here and push there, that would make a nice... Okay, so you actually moved. You just support this and move even further. Damn, really heavy fighting over here. They don't have much of a soft attack, but these units are dug in. No, country. Actually, one more thing. Can we further escalate the war in China? I think no, we've already done that. Okay, once this fighting... Oh, joint training proposal with Mengyang. Okay, I'm all for it. Okay, really good job here, pushing deeper and deeper, winning every single fight. Okay, Taiwan, unfortunately, is a bit more of a cookie, but... Okay, you did this correctly. When will you arrive there? 12 hours. You will take what? 3 days. That's not really helpful, is it? Dang, we just won it. Okay, we'll have to hold them down. Promote the rivalry between the big two. So we gained extra research speed, extra factory output, extra dockyard output, and a bonus for industry. And here we go. Form state research laboratories. We gain a new research slot for electronics and nuclear tech. Electronics will be, in this case, purely devoted to radio. The two big Zaibatsu are doing quite well in their research. We should bring some of their brightest heads into our military research divisions. Okay, so we made the push. We're making the push over here as well. Yeah, this is painful. We're wasting lives here, but fortunately, that's the only way how we can do this. And we can get We Fight United, which will further increase our stability. After that, I think we might be warranted to look at the bauxite deposits and develop those. So political power, weaker stability, and weaker war support bonuses. And we get the Lima Conference. The Lima Conference, held in Lima, Peru, concludes with the adoption of Declaration of American Solidarity. Representatives from American states gather to reaffirm their commitment to shared principles and values that unite them as a continent. The Declaration emphasizes the spiritual unity achieved through republican institutions, a resolute desire for peace, a profound sense of humanity and tolerance, and unwavering adherence to the principles of international law, equal sovereignty of states, and individual liberty without religious or racial biases. The conference recognizes that respect for the personality, sovereignty, and independence of each American state is vital for maintaining international order and continental solidarity. It builds upon previous declarations and agreements, including those of the Inter-American Conference for the Maintenance of Peace in Buenos Aires, which endorsed the principles of inter-American solidarity and cooperation. In addition to the Declaration of American Solidarity, the conference issues a Declaration of American Principles. This declaration emphasizes the pressing need to uphold fundamental principles in international relations, emphasizing the preservation of world order under the rule of law, the pursuit of peace with justice, and the advancement of social and economic well-being for humanity. The Lima Conference serves as a significant milestone in strengthening the bonds between American nations, fostering cooperation and promoting the shared values of peace, justice, and prosperity throughout the continent. Okay. So that's interesting. How come we are not winning here? Is it... It's the fuel. Yeah, it's the fuel. Okay. Well, we're running over here, though. We've actually done really well over here, and once this combat is done, we can probably pincer these guys as well. Yeah, and this area has been gained. So I'm gonna let them reposition themselves. And I think if these guys leave, which they look like they can, we're gonna push even deeper here. Now come the hell on. We were supposed to hold this. And here we go. Capital ship advanced. Amazing job, guys. So, what can we do next? Well, we can get a large interval cruiser. Or we could get some other things. Or the IGN Doctrine. Naval air attack from carriers. Improved destroyer screen. Actually, the improved destroyer screen tactic would be good. Any naval technologies? Magnetic detonator. That's another flat one. Oh, advanced fire control system. That one is really good. Those are cheap but really good upgrades to your ships. Further refinement of director and mechanical computer technology allows for greater accuracy. But we're not gonna do just that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the Shinano. So the Shinano is a new ship here. It's a carrier capital conversion. What? Okay. Capital conversion. What's your deck size? 16. Surface detection 20. Advanced attack, anti-air, everything is... Max speed is lower, so is max range. Really? Well, but armor is 31. Okay. So that is really good, and we can even make them better organization, strength, and reliability by upping up its stats. And it has no secondary batteries, which I consider a flaw. Yeah, this is barely gonna make a difference. Wow. Okay, but what about the engine though? Because what are you using? Steam turbine engine improved. 150,000 power. It's not enough for the primary fleet though. The first primary fleet goes at a speed of, what is it, 30? 28.2, and it's being sold by the Kaga. And if we get rid of the Kaga, you can go at, we need at least 30 knots from that. We need at least 30 knots. So if we upgrade what we can and give you this would be about 1,000 light attack, 4.7, light piercing 11. Okay, and this one light attack 15, light piercing 15.5. This would be about 500 more. So we need to give it what? 170, 180,000. It's still not enough and makes it too slow. Okay, so no secondary batteries makes it 29 knots. Yeah, it's just too slow. It's just too slow for our first fleet. Do we have any better or faster carriers here? Ryujo, how fast can you go? 29 knots, you are 26. Okay, and what about, oh, we have none here. Well, okay, for the secondary fleet you will be amazing for the Akagi and or the, we could put you on the tertiary fleet as well. And maybe I could send the Ryujo to the primary fleet instead, because that has 29 knots. And 29 knots seems like it would be better, especially if we get the Kaga out, which is a full-sized carrier though. Well, I mean, I could certainly make it faster like this, upgrade everything, and just no secondary batteries, because they would just make it too slow. Max range is medium. What's your range? I don't think it's that high. Yeah, 2,866, so 3,000 is actually fine. Okay, so let's do it like this. We're gonna change the engine to 180,000 horsepower engine. We're not gonna give it any extra secondary batteries. You got the best ones here. You got a ton of anti-air, fire control, 80 deck, converted, and advanced damage control. So that sounds about right. So yeah, And we'll need to put 2 of these Shinanos up for production. And that's gonna be fine. No, I mean, by fine, I mean fun. We're starting to get enough convoys, so I'll cheap out on them a bit. And have you guys go at max speed. And we'll see. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here. There's already ran overtime. In the next episode, we're going to finish up the border fights and we're going to set up the puppet reformed China. And we're going to make plans to fight again around Shanghai. Pull out the Marines. And in the third episode, we're probably going to focus more on the Navy. Though we're doing, good work there. It's not like we're ignoring it. It's just, I don't feel it's ready to face the big bad of United States. So anyway, see you in the next episode.